Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy. It's been a long time since I did an episode of the Timmy Flyersguy Podcast, but here I am doing my first episode of the new year, 2026. It's been crazy. 2025, it was an up and down year for me and my family this year. But I'm not going to tell you what happened, but I will say this. We got through it. We got into the holidays, got into December, and it was a really good holiday season, Christmas 2025. It went so fast this year. Like always, it comes and it goes. And it feels like a blur. Well, not a blur. It comes and it goes. It feels like you blink, and right away it's over. You blink right away, it's over. It's like an eclipse. You blink right away it's over, It was a good holiday for me. Got a lot of great new flyers, stuff for Christmas. This hasn't I had this for a while, but I got a lot of new Philadelphia Flyers stuff, and I've been showing a lot of that off in my Flyers Corner series as well. But anyway, my holiday was pretty good this year. Got a lot of Flyers related stuff. Family came over that day, and we all just hung out and reminisced about the good old days. And just like that, once the 25th came, the 25th went, but leading up to the Christmas, I did a lot of great stuff this holiday season. I watched a lot of Christmas specials and Christmas movies, and a lot of Christmas-related YouTube videos as well, like old Christmas commercials, anything Christmas related on YouTube I watched. I also turned 39 last year. This year, in 2026, December of 2026, I will officially be turning 40 years old in December 2026. So I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that, A lot of people might turn 40 or dead, but they have their concerns, but you know what? 40 years old is still a pretty good age. And I'm very excited for this milestone in my life coming up on December 2026. It's going to be a while, but it's going to happen all over again. My birthday's going to come up in December, and then Christmas will come once again. And then, like always, it'll be over in a blink of an eye, just like always. But I feel like when I was a kid, it kind of felt like Christmas was longer. Like, it felt longer. Like, when you're a kid and Christmas comes along, it feels longer. But when you get older, it feels like Christmas is a shorter holiday the older you get. But when you're in your younger years, it feels like a long time. And there were Christmases where it felt like it was Christmas every day during the holiday season. Well, when you get older, things just go a lot faster when you get older. When you're younger, things are a lot slower because you can savor those moments. The older you get, it's kind of hard to savor those moments. And that's really how I feel about that. Well, anyway, I want to come on here and do this video. This is my review of the second half of the Philadelphia Flyers season. I'm going to need to take a look at the schedule and the results for this season, for the first half of the Flyers season. I will be reviewing the first half of the Philadelphia Flyers season. The 2025 portion of the Philadelphia Flyers season. I'm going to take a look at that. Let's take a look at the schedule and results for the Philadelphia Flyers. So, let's go to schedule and results. And I'm going to be going over every game from October all the way to the end of December. So, here we go. Give me a second. Here, let me just bring this up right here. Schedule and results. Let's take a look at the schedule and results. Here we go. We're going to get into this right now. Schedule and results. So here we go. Here we go, schedule and results. Here we go. This is 2005. 6. Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Now the Flyers got off to a bit of a slow start on Thursday, October 9th. The 2025-2026 season officially began. This is the first half that we're talking about here. They began the season with a 2-1 loss to the Florida Panthers. Lazar played spectacular in that game. Then on Saturday, October 11th, they faced against the Carolina Hurricanes. In a game that looked like the Philadelphia Flyers had all kinds of momentum in that game. Flyers, they go to that game, they tie up the score, goes into overtime, and this was a very controversial hockey game for the Flyers. Going into overtime, it looked like Curtis Sandheim had given the Flyers the victory in overtime. Unfortunately, the goal was waved off the Flyers. Let me tell you, they were already in the locker room, already getting ready to leave, and they had to be pulled back out to the ice because the goal by Sandheim didn't count because the goaltender interference. Flyers, that was a tough one for the Flyers. Then they win their home opener with a 5-2 victory over the Florida Panthers. Then on Thursday, October 16th, Thursday, October 16th, they lose to Winnipeg, 5-2. Then on Saturday, October 18th, they get a victory over the Minnesota Wild. In overtime, then on Wednesday, October 20th, they dominate the Seattle Kraken with a 5-2 victory. Then they lose to Ottawa, 2-1. And then on Saturday, the following Saturday, October 25th, they face off against the New York Islanders. It was a 4-3 shootout victory. Then on Tuesday, October 26th, they play the Penguins, and they beat the Penguins in overtime on October 20th, or in a shootout, October 28th. 3-2 in a shootout. They face off against the Nashville Predators on Halloween Eve Give 4-3. Then they lose to Toronto, 5-2. They lose to Calgary 2-1. Another way for the Flyers to start off November, but it is what it is again. Don't want to beat a very good Montreal Canadiens team on November 4th with a 5-4 shootout victory again. They get a 3-3 over Nashville on November 6th. Then on Saturday, they lose to Ottawa 3-2 in overtime. Then they lose to Edmonton on November 12th, 2-1 overtime loss. They beat St. Louis 6-4 on November 14th. They lose to Dallas 5-1 on Saturday, November 15th. They beat St. Louis in overtime 3-2 on November 20th. This is when the Flyers really started to surprise a lot of people. They beat the Devils. They beat the Devils 6-3 on November 22nd. They lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning on Monday, November 24th. It was a 3-0 shutout loss. Then they beat Florida 4-2. Their second victory of the season against the Florida Panthers. Then on Friday, November 28th, they beat the New York Islanders 4-3 in a shootout. And then on Saturday, November 29th, they beat the New Jersey Devils 5-3. Then they lose to the Pittsburgh 5-1. That was the game where Tyson Forrester suffered a shoulder injury. And then bounce back and they beat the Buffalo Sabres on December 3rd, 5-2. Then on Saturday, December 10th, they lose to the Colorado Avalanche. But the Flyers really played well in that game. The game could have won the Flyers, but they outplayed Colorado. Still lost the game, but played a damn good game. Then they faced off against the San Jose Sharks on Tuesday, December 9th. It was a 4-1-3. Then they lost to Vegas 3-2 in overtime on December 11th. Lost to Carolina twice that week. Twice. It was a 4-3 shootout loss in the first meeting at home for the home-to-home series. And then on Saturday, December 14th, they lost. And Sunday, December, they lost in a shootout 3-2. And on Tuesday, December 26th, they beat the Montreal Canadiens once again 4-1. Then on December 18th, they lose to Buffalo 5-3. On the 20th, Flyers come close to beating the Rangers, but they fall in a shootout 5-4. They come back on the 22nd, the week before Christmas, was a really good week for the Flyers. They beat the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. Beat the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1 going into the holiday break. They face off against Seattle. They lose to Seattle 4-1. They face off against Vancouver Canucks on Tuesday, December 30th. And they beat Vancouver 6-3. Lose to Calgary on New Year's Eve. And that closes out the first half of the 2025-2026 season. But they did jump into the second half with a victory over the Oilers 5-3. So that's a pretty good game for the Flyers. Really good game for the Flyers. As for the first half of the season. I will say this. Flyers started out a little slow in the beginning, but then things started to pick up around November, like after Thanksgiving. Things really started to pick up for the Flyers. Then they took a little bit of a dip in December, but then they ended December off on a high note. Well, actually, no, they went into the holiday break on a high note with a victory over the Chicago Blackhawks. They ended this 2025 with a loss, but made up for it with the victory over the Edmonton Oilers and starting off the second half of the season. So I gotta say, the second half, the first half was up and down for the Philadelphia Flyers. But they played some good hockey. And there were times where even though it looked like this team was down and out, they came back and they weathered the storm. So this first half of the season, to be fair, I'm gonna have to give the first half of this year of the season, and I gotta be fair with this. I'm gonna give, to be fair, I'm gonna give this season just, an A. Not an A plus, but at least an A for effort, because this team has been resilient. If the team got a huge winning streak that lasted from October to December, then maybe I'm going to give this the first half of the season an A plus. But since I'm going to give the Flyers an A, because they showed the effort, they showed the resiliency, they showed that they were able to bounce back when things got tough. And the thing about this, they brought in guys from the Lehigh Valley Field. Guys like Denver Varkey, guys like Bergstrom, and they really went on a tear for the Flyers. Carl Bergstrom was a surprise for this Flyers team. He had a surprise. Surprisingly, he did very well when he got called up to the Big 12. And the main factors of why the first half of the season was so good. The reason why the Flyers were so resilient in the first half was the depth. And also, great goaltending from Dan Vladar was a factor as well. Also, let's not forget the play of Noah Cates, Denver Varkey, Owen Tippett, and Mishkov surprisingly has been playing a little better as well. It was a bit of a struggle for Mishkov in the first half. But from what I'm hearing is that I've been hearing a lot of sources saying that Mishkov, when the Flyers go into the winter break, Mishkov is going to be really practicing his game, making his game a lot better during the winter break. So we could see a different Mishkov in the second half. Right now, he's showed some sparks. He's had some chances. At the end of the first half, he was showing that. He was showing that spark. So in a way, the first half is great. 2025 didn't exactly end on a high note for the Flyers. They lost to Calgary. But the good thing is they came back and got that first victory of the second half, which is very important going into the second half. So I'm happy about that. The second half, the first half was had a lot of excitement, had a lot of drama, and had a great ending to it going into the holiday break. We saw a lot of great things from Travis Konecny, Owen Tippett, Jamie Drysdale, and many different players during this first half. So I'm very satisfied with the first half. The second half has been a weakness for the Philadelphia Flyers. Hopefully this year will be different. I have a good feeling about this second half. You know, I've said that last season, and I've said that in the season before that. For some reason, I have a different feeling about this team right now. I really think this team is capable of having a good second half. I'm not going to talk about playoffs yet. We are not at that point right now. Right now, the Flyers sit in fourth place in the Metropolitan Division with 49 points. The Washington Capitals, with a victory last night, passed the Flyers, take the third place spot with 50 points. If the Flyers win tonight, they're right back in third place in the Metropolitan Division. Guys, thank you for joining me. Tonight the Flyers will be in action, and they will face off against the Anaheim Ducks, a.k.a. the not-so-mighty Ducks. And that game is going to be a game filled with drama. Series for the whole crowd. It's going to be crazy tonight. And I can't wait to watch it. Before I do that, let's check to see how the Anaheim Ducks are doing this year. Alexa, 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 what is the record for the Anaheim Ducks this season?
This season, the Anaheim Ducks have a record of 21 wins, 18 losses, and 3 overtime losses. They are in fourth place in the Pacific Division with 45 points.
Despite what I said about the Mighty Ducks being not so mighty, I take it back. But you know what? We're even with them. They're fourth in their division. We're fourth in our division too. It's pretty even between the two teams. So, this is going to be a very competitive hockey game tonight. And hopefully the Flyers come out on top with a victory tonight. Guys, thank you for joining me here on this edition of the Timmy Flyersguy Podcast. My first edition in 2026. Sorry it took me so long to give an episode. I'm going to wait until after the first half of the season to give an episode. And that's exactly what I decided to do. Guys, thank you for joining me. Like always, have a great day, everyone. And like always, let's go Flyers. I'd like to give a few shout-outs before I go. I'd like to give a shout-out to some very beautiful ladies on Twitter. I'd like to give a shout-out to the lovely Shrooms QT, the very beautiful Mira Monroe, the very beautiful Scarlet Skies, the very beautiful Cleo Moon, the very beautiful Amber Stark. Also, I want to give a shout out to the lovely Chloe Kingsley. Also, the lovely Amber Maddie, the lovely Avery Lyons, the lovely Elizabeth Schuyler, the lovely Alyssa Vieira, also the lovely Luna Colombian, and I don't want to forget about the lovely Myra Mills, the lovely Liz Jordan, and the lovely Lena Lovings, and also the lovely Sienna Wright. Guys, and also, those are my shout-outs for this video. Guys, I also want to give a shout-out to to a new friend that I met on Facebook, who is also a Flyers fan. And not forget about the lovely Heather Edwards as well, and my lovely friend, Lynn Margaret. Guys, I will see you next time. Like always, let's go Flyers.